My name is Laura Mant, and I'm here with Melanie Abermont. So you are the executive producer of Cronkite Cut. Do you want to share a little bit about just what Cronkite Cut is first?
Cronkite Cut is an entertainment news entity that is distributed on digital platforms. So we have a show that films every week, and we distribute that on YouTube, Facebook, and our website. And we're based out of the Walter Cronkite School of Mass Communications and Journalism, but we're completely student-run. So we have student producers, editors, talent, etc. Yeah, it's entertainment news. That's a cut above the rest.
So inside your organization, do you sense that people have a greater awareness of the competition, of the industry, and the external environments that exist outside of Cronkite Cut?
Yeah, so we make sure to talk about the industry on a daily. And when we go and make a reel and try to get jobs in the actual real world, we're prepared and we're ready for that competition.
You actually created Cronkite Cut 3 years ago, correct?
3 years ago from scratch, I made Cronkite Cut, and I started out with like a team of talent, and then I grew it, and we have everything.
So do you think that you have been consistently able to get the resources and the information and support that it needs to really progress Cronkite Cut?
It's been interesting because the Cronkite School is where we're based out of. However, there is no professor who specializes in entertainment news. We have to ask people from the actual industry, take that knowledge, and then put it into students' minds, because we don't have a professor that can come in and tell us directly. So kind of, we're figuring it out.
You mentioned that there was a tagline that you say at the end of every episode. So is that your vision, and do you think that people at all levels involved in Cronkite Cut would be able to articulate what the vision of Cronkite Cut is?
Yeah, so everyone is able to say, oh yeah, it's entertainment news. But we also are millennials who are making e-news for other millennials. We're not like an e-news or an MTV that is trying to appeal to millennials and failing. They would be able to explain that it is a teaching club. So it's very much a teaching place, but also an e-news place. It's filling the gap where Cronkite doesn't have an e-news anything. So we're filling that gap and becoming that for people who want to pursue arts and culture journalism.
So that transition's great into communicating for buy-in. Do you guys discuss the visions, goals, and strategies at the meetings that you have with your other producers and upper management?
Yeah, so every Thursday, I have producers and assistant producers who are directly under me, and we meet and we discuss all the stories that were given to us this week and how it's going to work with our show and with our vision. If the story doesn't work with our tone, I scrap it. We don't allow anything to be not in the correct tone, because we have a certain vision for the show and it has to fit that. We also talk to our talent weekly about what pitches, what stories would be for that theme and what would not.
So in those meetings, that's where you really kind of cultivate and put together what needs to be on Cronkite Cut.
Yes.
For that week.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
So within Cronkite Cut, do you witness supervisors or you yourself actively trying to remove barriers that keep people from being able to achieve their personal goals that fit within inside your mission?
Yes, definitely have people who will come and be with me and ask me about how to do like reporting skills or producing skills, and we'll try to grow within the organization.
Great. You really help to develop those skills that they're looking for.
Yes.
That's great. So you have an episode that's released every week. So do executives use the results of these weekly episodes, releases, to help demonstrate progress with that
Yes.
organization?
So each week that we have the release episode, we share it on social media, and as many social shares as we get, that definitely is a win for all the design team. And then for our social team, we also have those kind of daily wins of when content is performing well on social channels.
So there's lots of validation and encouragement
Yes.
that's constantly occurring. Do you see that leaders are seeking to use new situations to further the vision of Cronkite Cut? Do you see that they're really pushing forward, pushing the barrier constantly?
Yes, we're constantly trying to change and develop the show better. Every single season is a different look to the show because we're just becoming more and more together. This season, I believe, is where it should stay. We have specialists who talk about music, movies, and celebrities, and they're in front of a monitor that's an LED monitor, and then we have hosts that are in front of a big set, and it looks cleaner, it looks nicer. We have reporters. I think it will probably stay very, very similar, but we're constantly trying to break those boundaries within ourselves. And then the stuff that we cover is very millennial based, so there's more digital content, there's more trending content.
You are graduating, making sure that your legacy and your shared vision continues on after you leave. So do you see that people are seeking to understand what they need to do and what is expected of them to continue on the legacy of Cronkite Cut?
Yeah, so I actually created what's called a Cronkite Cut Bible, and it is a notebook of everything that you would ever need to know about Cronkite Cut. So it has how to make scripts, how to edit shows, how to make graphics, where your contacts are, how to make a budget, how to do funding, we have an Oscar party every year that we do, so how to format that. And then this entire year, I've been really, really training the producers and the assistant producers on what I do, because a lot of people didn't actually know how much I did or what I did. So now, instead of me just doing it and being done with it, I would express what needed to be done and I would guide. But I very much stayed back because I want them to be able to have all the tools they need in order to successfully continue this on. But they definitely, all my producers, I have 3 producers who really work well as a team and really feel like they're going to do well next year and years after. Like, everyone's just planning on keeping it going.
It seems like you've been able to really build a wonderful team that really has a goal and a mission in mind, and you've been able to help cultivate and encourage their own individual talents.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.